Hey, Onika, it's nice to see you again. You look kind of cheery. I was just wondering, knowing you're a little bit selfish, have you ever experienced sibling rivalry?
Yeah, absolutely. One time I put a pillow over my sister's head hoping to suffocate her. Then I heard my mom coming and I took it off.
You went straight for the headliner.
The headliner, yeah. So I would say I've experienced some sibling rivalry. The reason I did that, though, just so you know.
Please enlighten.
She got some pink crystal earrings from my aunt, and I got a cat watch, a plastic cat watch, and I was a little jealous, so.
You'll never let that down.
No.
I'll never know what those look like. Why?
Because I stole them.
I got that dish.
Does that answer your second?
Got that.
Oh, yeah, no.
I got that dish. Dish. Got that dish. Got that dish. That dish.
Hey, y'all, it's Onika.
And JR.
And you are dishing with Dainty Dish. How you doing today, JR?
I'm doing absolutely phenomenal. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Better than I was last week. I'm feeling, you're right, a little chipper today. It's all kinds of crazy Wednesday. And I thought I would have my sister back on. I know she was on the show just a little while ago, but different day, different topic. So I thought I'd have her back on to talk about her mental health journey. So Bianca, say hi.
Hello.
And how you doing today?
I am doing okay. I'm here to talk with you guys. As you said, different topic, different day. So,
I don't think you're too young to know this reference, but I always kick this off by asking you about the Wonder Years. Do you remember the show The Wonder Years?
I probably remember hearing the reference,
but I don't know the show.
What? I don't know. No.
So it was about the younger days, those childhood years. I know we grew up. Yeah, the good old days. I know we grew up in the same house, but you had a vastly different experience than me, and I wanted to talk about that today.
Okay. Well, yeah, we grew up in the same house. That's true, but we're 10 years apart, so it was very distant, even though in the same house, I guess I could say, for that most part. But yeah, that's right. Where should I start?
The beginning.
Yeah,
that's a good place to start.
Yeah, that's always a good place to start. I agree. I think when it came to the beginning of my mental health journey, I guess as you would call it, it started when I was fairly young, like probably, I want to say 7, but I could be wrong. It could have been just before we moved, when we were younger, out of the childhood home, I would call, in Pickering. And, yeah. But I think it was just a switch up with the new people and things like that. Like it, I guess brought on my first little taste of like depression. Just knowing that I'm in this new situation, new school and all things like that. And then even actually younger. As you know, my best friend, I have my good friend from kindergarten, first met her on the first day of school. I won't disclose her name, but she knows who she is. When I got into that school and at that age, we met each other, and she's very, very intellectual. How her parents raised her is very different from how our parents raised us. So I'm not too sure if you remember, but Mom used to reference her in the house a lot. It was like, oh, you watch this much TV, you need to be more like so and so, and their parents don't let them do this and that. So maybe that's where it started a little bit. I felt like I was being compared elsewhere, and I wasn't being acknowledged for who I was and where I was in life. So that kind of brought on a little bit of, I guess, so-called stress. But at that age, it's like, that's not stress. That's just, you live in your parents' household, so yeah, that's what you have to deal with, right? So, as I said, after that, and then moving, and then still feeling that. So I guess that ties in anxiety. That's probably even where anxiety started for me. New situation, new people, getting bullied. I've always been bullied in school. I was the little chubby girl.
Talk about it. Like,
and well, whatever. I am thick. I am cute and thick. That is what it is. But as a child, you're supposed to be a set standard, or everyone believes you're a set standard, or whatever the foolishness is. I really don't recall what the child
like thin. You're supposed to be,
yeah, you're supposed to be thin. You're supposed to be fit. You're supposed to be thin. You're supposed to run track. You're supposed to sprint. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. And I was none of that. I was still sporty, but I wasn't the thin.
You were the thinner version of sporty.
I wasn't the thinner version of sporty. I held my own.
You held your own. How did the bullying? Because I mean, we've all been bullied, but how did the bullying, because it didn't, from what I remember, it didn't get better, it got worse, like from what I recall.
It went from 0 to 100 real quick. In the beginning, like, it's normal, like now as an adult I could say it was normal childhood bullying, but as a child I guess it was like the begin all end all, like nobody likes me, like I'm all alone, I'm by my lonesome type of thing. Like, yeah, I had friends, but I was never really allowed to go outside and like communicate and socialize with my friends outside of school, which is like, yeah, school's great, but you're there to learn. So like, even though you socialize with people, like you need to socialize outside of school. Like, not to say have a social life, but whatever, like just to be able to communicate with other people outside of your family, like with your peers or whatever. So, yeah, not getting that and then just getting bullied at school. Like, it was childhood petty stuff, I'm the chubby girl. Pick on the chubby girl that cries easily.
Jesus,
it's true. I was very gullible when I was younger. Like, you could tell me anything and I just believe you, or like fall for foolishness. Or you could tell me the sky was red and I'd be like, it's not right now. But maybe later. I don't think it is right now, but maybe it'll turn red later, like whatever. But yeah, so if we're being honest, like, but yeah, so the bullying, no, it didn't get better after, the move, as I said before, and getting into a new school and new people having to get to know me in like the fourth grade. Actually, the end of third grade to the fourth grade, like that's the most testing time. Like everybody for the most part thinks they know themselves. They're all clicked off already. So imagine throwing somebody in the middle of that. Like, depression was real. Like, I just missed my friends. I just missed all those little things that I took for granted before. But it led on to more bullying because I used to have to like almost prove myself to these new people that I was like worthy, even though I didn't really need to as an adult now. But like,
I know there were times that, I mean, because at the end of the day, like I didn't know my sister very well when she was a kid.
Not at all.
Not at all. She's calling me out.
I am.
There's a 10-year age gap between us, as she was saying earlier. But I know there were times that you did, when you were going through things, seek help. Like, what was that like?
That was really testing because I'm a kid at that point and I didn't really think I needed help per se. So, but I did seek counseling and therapy like in my adolescent years. So like after 13, yeah, that was interesting because, when people are like, oh, you're going to go talk to somebody as a kid, as an adult, you're like, okay, I'm going to go talk to somebody about my problem, see if they could help me work through it and, grow from that. But as a child, it's like, why do I have to go talk to this adult? Like, who is this adult and why do I need to tell them about myself? Like, they don't care, like type of attitude. That's the type of attitude I always walked into counseling and therapy with. So it took a while for me to open up to my therapist in every situation that I met them. Like, I could probably, if I could like recall, like maybe even like 4 or 5 sessions deep, I used to have to go, like I'd sit there quiet and they just ask me questions and I would just be like, I'll answer them, but I'm quiet. Like, answer them very vaguely, type of thing. So when it came to that beginning of my mental health journey and figuring the little things out and figuring out how to cope with the depression and the bullying and things like that, like...
And how did you cope? Like, what was your outlet?
My outlet at that time was like journaling, reading. Reading was a big escape for me. Like, maybe I was reading things I shouldn't have been reading, but it's not about what you read. It's about the reading process. It's about sitting down and enjoying something, whatever the story is. Exactly. That's what I believe. Am I wrong? You looked at me like, this girl's crazy. It is about what you're reading.
You're a parent now, right?
Yeah, I am. And at a certain age, of course, my children have to read, children appropriate things, but at a certain age, I'm not going to dictate what they should read. Like,
for me,
read
it was historical romances. That was my thing. Historical romances.
And those are whatever. So like, it's the fact that you're reading, because then that means I know you could read whatever you want to read. And when it comes down to you needing to read something for school or something for life, you'll be able
to do that.
Is that not fair?
I don't think I stated an opinion either way.
The look on your face, like, I wish everybody could have just saw that look for a second. Like, that was like...
Oh, I know, I was just stretching.
Oh, okay. That's what you were doing. But... Ooh, sorry.
Check.
Anyways, but yes. So, going to therapy and doing all that was... As a kid, it was kind of... dare I say, even more stressful, because it was like, I don't want to talk to this adult about things that they're not going to understand because I'm a teenager going through whatever, which now, as an adult, if my children go through the same things that I went through as a kid, I will fully understand, because I'll never act like I never went through it. Mm-hmm. So, learning curve. Shitty learning curve for me, but good learning curve for them. So never regret anything that's transpired. But yeah, at that time, that's not what my focus was on. My focus was on, like, I guess, feeling exposed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even at that time in teen years, one of the times that I went to a therapist was for, I actually got, wait for it, all my 28-year-olds and younger might know, maybe not after 21, I got, quote unquote, exposed.
Exposed.
You guys probably won't even remember this.
Do you know this term, exposed?
I mean...
I'm old.
I mean, I can make several attempts to define it. But I'm just not gonna make it up. So, like, I think I have a good idea of what it is, but I'd rather you just
be a little specific.
Back in the days when I was a teen, I was in the era at the brink of what now would be considered sexting.
Okay.
So, yeah. I was a teen, I was young, and I was seeking attention from the wrong places, which, ladies, any of you young ones that are hearing this, don't do such things. It will come back to haunt you in life. I was looking for attention in the wrong places at a time, and one of my little boyfriends, I sent them, some pictures to try and be like, look at me, like, I'm cute. Because I went through that whole stage of not being cute and not being the person that, like, if I went out with my girlfriends, nobody was talking to me, which shouldn't have been a problem. I should have not cared, but I did at that time. So, yeah, getting some little boy's attention, sent him some stuff, and it ended up getting exposed amongst my whole school.
Damn.
Yeah, so bullying didn't get any more easier after that, and that's when another therapy session had to start. So depression never got easier for me.
Sorry, I hate to cut you off here. I have a question.
You looked like you did, but I was waiting to see if you were just going to say
Yeah,
it.
I was just gonna be like, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to stop. Okay, your parents are aware of this,
Yes.
and they kept you in the school.
Oh, they tried to switch me out of the school. Like, it was like the beginning of high school.
Okay, so
Like the beginning of high school.
It was like grade
So
9.
so they tried to switch me out of the school, and then like it even got to the school that I was going to switch to. So like it was big. It was
a scandal. I'm sorry. May I for a second? May I?
I don't. We might need to edit some. I don't know what she's gonna say, but let's indulge.
I just want to say that
stop making it about you.
I remember you during that time and how completely stressed out and isolated you were.
Oh yeah.
Like, you had gone through something. No, we didn't know what to do. Like, we had no idea like how to handle something like that. As your sister, I didn't know what to do. So it's just
It was deep. But yeah, I did isolate myself. I'm one of those people that isolates myself from my issues. Like, I will sleep, as I said before, read. Like, that's basically how I got through my teen years until I graduated high school. Realistically. And a little, here and there of therapy and talking to someone. But yeah, when it came to that portion of my life, like, depression was real. Like, and I still had to go to the school. And like, nobody let it up. Like, I remember first of all, when it happened, I wasn't even at school. They chose the day that I wasn't at school to just
release.
Release child porn, yeah.
Now that I always thought about that. After the fact. I was like, this has to be something that like I could get people in trouble for, but I never knew who released it.
Mm-hmm. Well, the fact is, you know who you sent it to.
Yeah. I know who I sent it to.
That
so
in itself is
evidence.
That's I don't know. I don't know what evidence. I'm not an attorney. Don't take legal advice.
Let's not. It's not that serious. Like, it's
fine. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's been a decade. So, but yeah, it was pretty bad, and that was like at the beginning of it. So like, as I said, like, it was the beginning. That's when phones were just getting cameras for us. So,
and I remember you and mom and dad. How did that go?
Oh, that was. I isolated myself. Point blank period. Like, I just isolated myself. Like, I was embarrassed firstly because like they had to know that happened or whatever. But yeah, when it came to discuss, like, it wasn't a discussion. And maybe that's just like a West Indian thing or whatever. Like, certain things just are taboo. They're not touched on. So I had to work through those things by myself and just get through it. Like, high school to me after that was, I have 3.5 years. I need to just get through it and get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And everyone forgot by year 4, right? And everyone forgot by year 4.
Oh, I guess they should have. If they really still remember it and they really still care, like, they have no life, and that's unfortunate, and I feel bad. I feel bad that I made such an impression on their life to remember me by.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah.
So let's take it. Let's move on from those years. I mean, yeah, it was traumatic.
Yeah.
And okay, you can make fun of it. Cool.
Yeah, I can. I don't.
Learn to laugh at yourself.
Ding ding ding. So what happened next? Like, cause you talked about sleeping and reading books. Because I remember there was a period in time where I kind of met you, and you were sleeping and reading a lot of books. And I'm wondering,
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Oh God.
I remember that part. At that point, you were a miserable person to be around. Let's talk about that.
How miserable I was?
Yeah.
What is it? What is there to talk about my misery?
What about the locks on the door?
Oh my God.
I had to bring it up. That was like psychological warfare in the house.
Yo,
Like, I had to bring it up.
Okay. I guess I'm what people would have called the bad breed. Like, I'm the bad breed. I'm the black sheep in the family. So it got to a point where locks had to be put on doors, and everyone was locking their doors while they left me home alone. And it was just, like, honestly,
they locked all the doors.
yeah, well, I used to be in a house with locked doors. My bedroom's the only door that's open, and I have access to the kitchen and the living room and those things. Like,
Guys, if you
what is life? Like,
you
honestly,
can't
so I'm
laugh,
saying, like, people don't know. People do not know.
I had to bring it up.
My home was a jail. It was a warfare. Like, World War IV happened, and you guys missed it. It was real. Oh my gosh.
I had to bring that up because it's like at the forefront of my brain. It just, the locks on the door, I couldn't believe when I came home.
The internet locks. Okay.
That you bypass every single one of them.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me? Like, boop, let's go. Like, Facebook wasn't missing me back in those days. Like, are you kidding me? Now when I read my Facebook post, it's so disturbing. I'm like, who was I? It's so bad. Like, I wish I could delete those posts. I hope I can still. I'm gonna figure that out. But in the miserable part, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, how miserable was I? Like, you guys would have to tell me. Like, I think I blocked out a lot when those times came. Like,
I don't know. I just thought it was normal. I didn't know anything different. I mean, I wasn't around you.
No,
so
well, yeah,
like,
no, that's just,
you were just miserable all the time. Like, what's wrong with this girl? Like,
yeah,
she doesn't like people.
Because you know what? Like, at that time too, like, I was a teenager, and teenagers are like, it's me against everybody kind of mentality, I guess. So with me dealing with my depression and nobody taking it seriously, like, that's another thing. Like, I was going through depression as a child, and like, yeah, I went to therapy and stuff, but I don't think anybody took it seriously.
Oh no,
I have to agree with you. I have to absolutely.
I don't think anybody. Yeah,
100% agree with you. 100% agree with you.
No one at all.
No one.
Like,
no one.
Nobody took it seriously. And I think the only reason that people started taking it seriously was after the postpartum, like after I got so grown and I had a kid. But like, as we discussed in the last episode, like, I already called that before it happened because of what was going on from within me as a child, like constantly not feeling good enough. Like, then when I do wrong, like, it's like, oh, I'm really not good enough. Like, it wasn't like, why are you doing the things you're doing? It was just, okay, you want to be bad? We'll fix your business. We'll fix your business. You're gonna live miserable. What does mom say? You make your bed hard. You gotta line it hard. You make it soft.
You're gonna get the comfort of softness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
gosh.
I made my bed hard.
You made your bed hard. Hard.
So my misery was my comfort. And I just had to get through, as I said, I had to just get through high school. Once I got through high school, in my mind, I was 18. Like, I had freedom, but I really didn't have freedom at 18. Not like what most kids.
Yeah, describe your 18th year.
My 18th year. Ooh. As I said, I thought I was going to get freedom in those years, but I did not get freedom those years. Those years were about you're finished high school. Okay, perfect. You're going to college. You're going to university.
Which is
sort out your
the
stuff.
logical step.
Yeah, the logical step. But it was, I picked what I was going to do in college, university when I was in grade 9. Like I was sat down and told, like, you need to pick something so that you know what you're doing from now. And at that time, it probably wasn't the best decision because you're in grade 9, you just start school. Like, me, in my mind now when I think about it, I probably chose, like, the easiest, like, not the easiest thing, but something that didn't have exams and all that stuff, like, just to get through it, because I wanted to just get through high school. Like, I was already going through my own personal turmoil, so, like, by the time I got to 18, it was like, forgive my French, it was a shit show. It was a shit show. Like, I was 18, I just wanted freedom in my mind, but that's not how it was gonna happen. So I started having to deal with adult stress right on top of when I thought I was getting freedom.
You can say it.
What?
You got pregnant.
Well, yeah.
We know it from the last episode.
Yeah. Yeah, like that happened right after, like, right after I graduated. So yeah, that, like, the little freedom I thought I was about to get got short-lived anyways, so. So the 18th year wasn't really the 18th year. It was like the 18th quarter.
Oh Lord, I don't even know what that reference.
I have no idea what that means. Probably something
Like,
from her that age group,
a quarter.
10 years
No,
ago.
it's not. No, it's not. It's like a quarter of a year. Like, I didn't get a full 18th year.
Oh,
Ha 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 ha. Oh wow. Okay, that just flew right over both you guys' heads.
yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah, you know, it happens sometimes.
it does.
To the best of us.
Yeah. So we'll speed it up a little bit because we know you had a baby.
Mm-hmm. Went through postpartum.
Mm-hmm. If you didn't hear that episode, check it out. It's a good episode. And you have a new baby.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have 2 babies.
Well, yeah.
So
If everyone could do their math, yes, I have 2 babies now.
2 babies.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing now for your mental health? Like, what are you doing? Because I don't think are you seeing someone? Are you?
I'm honestly, with the life stresses that are happening now, currently in my life, and at the age that I am, I realize that I need to see somebody. Like, I need to go and either get counseling or see a therapist or something now, again, in my life that I'm older. I feel like it'll be a benefit for me. So I haven't started looking, but I know that I need to take the steps to do that. So just a lot of life stresses, and I feel like when I was younger, I dealt with it the best that I could, but I didn't deal with it the right way. And now that I'm getting older, I have to deal with it the right way because I got 2 little girls looking at me and I can't see them. I can't let them see me, like, break down in the middle of the day because, like, woe is me, life's so stressful. I got 1,000,001 things going on behind me, and at the forefront, I'm a mom. Just trying to, so I'm just doing the best I can. I still journal. I still write to get that outlet. Music is my savior. Like, when I'm at the brink of, like, feeling like I'm gonna break down, like, I'll just listen to a good mixtape or something, like anything just to cool me down, like get a good, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you guys can't see, but just imagine that sound. Like, you know, and you're just like a good Cardi B. Get that good aggression out. Like, I like to listen to one of those and just yeah. Whoa.
What's going on?
I didn't appreciate that
Oh,
at all.
towards what?
I don't know what it was towards, but we're gonna skip over.
Are you offended that I'm not all, hooray over Cardi B?
No, I'm not offended.
Oh, okay.
That is your personal choice and your personal problem. So
Personal problem. Wow.
it's not to be tested.
So
but
I enjoy the art of hip hop.
like 90s hip hop.
No, just the authentic writing it yourself.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I appreciated stuff. Her album was fantastic. But just, I don't know.
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it with you right now. I'm not doing it. No.
So, Bianca, who are you today?
Who am I today? Ooh. I'd like to think I am... That's such a simple question with such a complex answer. Like, who am I today?
I know, that's why I asked it.
I'm upset that you asked it because now I need to take a moment to...
Think about who you were yesterday. Yeah. Episode 81, Dyshing on Postpartum Depression with Bianca. Check it out.
Like... I don't know. I'm stronger than I was when I was younger. Like, I don't know how else to how I don't even know how to approach that question. Like, hit it to me again. Let's try. Let's go. Let's say it again, and let me really give it some thought right now because you really took me for a curve with that question.
Okay, Bianca.
I love the way you throw the idioms in a different way. Like, you threw me for a curve. Like, I'm like, you threw me for a loop. That's what I was saying. That's what I would have
said. But curves came out, and it still came out. It still came clutch.
Like, I was
we're gonna let it flow. We're gonna let it go and let it flow. Okay, let it go, let it flow. Let it go, let it flow. Let's take that. Let's take
Bianca,
that.
who are you today?
Who am I today?
Versus yesterday, episode 81, Dyshing on Postpartum Depression with Bianca. Go listen to it.
Yeah. Who am I today? I am... Yeah, you're gonna have to cut out some of this dead air. Who, like... I'm that strong, resilient person that everybody bets against, but refuses to take that title. Does that make sense when I say that? Like, from who I was before, I know a lot of people probably thought like, oh, she's never gonna be somebody, and you guys are, that people put me down before and thought I wouldn't make it somewhere, but like, I know I will. So that was like, I'm just that strong, resilient person that even though people used to get at me and bully me when I was little and try to expose me and try to break me, like, I'm still here. I'm still standing. I got 2 little princesses to raise, so I think that's who I am today. I'm gonna go with that.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jay, are you good?
I'm a grown woman.
Oh, I'm not messing with the beehive.
Oh yeah, no. cut that. That's a strong ass hive, and I'm not about it.
Nope.
Not about it.
No, you can sing it. I'm just not going to stop you.
No.
I'm not messing with the beehive.
No. Cut it out.
Well, you're strong and you're resilient today, and you have 2 princesses, you said, that you have to raise. What advice would you give to them? So drop some knowledge right now that they can listen to in 10 years.
Ooh.
And you know their ages. You don't have to disclose them, but you know. So talk to them directly. You don't have to refer to them by name.
Yeah.
You can say old one, young one.
Older one. Don't let anybody tell you who you are or who you're going to be. Only you can determine that, and only you can make that path and walk that path. Everybody else's opinion is just that, an opinion, and you never ever have to live by it. Yeah, because in 10 years you'll never have to live by it. And young one, you're a quick one. Just don't be too fast. Don't be too fast, because this life, it'll chew you up and try to spit you out. But you gotta hold your own. You gotta hold your own and never ever fold. Both of you, never ever fold. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm joking. No, you killed it.
It's all right. Like, yeah, all right. Anyways, Bianca, my little sister that I love so much, thank you for being on the show once again. I'd like to have you on again.
Did you?
I like your energy.
I like being here.
Like being
you know?
here?
So it's a little shaky in the beginning, but I like being here. Just a little shaky. Just a little shaky.
Shut up. If you guys want to reach my little sister Bianca and just comment on her ridiculousness or her mental health journey, either one, she'll take it. JR, tell them how they can reach her and I if you want to say hi to me.
Most definitely, you can reach them at dysh, DYSH, at daintydysh.com. That's DAINTYDYSH.com. Thank you so much for listening this week. We truly appreciate you for listening to us on Apple Podcasts.
Give us a 5, you deserve 5.
Thank you so much. Subscribe. We appreciate it. We love the feedback. If you're listening to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, thank you for the support, the likes, the listens, the subscribes. We truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's it for me.
Well, again, thank you, Bianca. Did you want to shout anyone out before I wrap this puppy up? No, okay, never mind.
I don't think so. No.
Never mind. Never mind.
Would you like a shout out?
Yeah, thank you.
I like to shout you out,
Thank you, honey.
for bringing me back on. And if I can't just shout you out, too, I gotta shout out JR for having me here.
Okay, whatever.
Rude.
That has been the dish of the day, and I hope y'all have yourselves a very, very, very happy hump day.